I think at this point it's pretty fair to say that the Nintendo Switch 2 reveal has been a complete, total PR disaster across the board. While personally I'm pretty excited for the system overall, I think that the system is a genuine upgrade from the Switch 1, and I think that the games that they're showing are pretty interesting to me. I actually have a few games in mind that I really do want to play. That is, the absolute truth, but the other sad truth is that, well, everything feature wise in regards to Nintendo Switch 2 is completely, totally paywalled, and the prices of these games are astronomically ridiculous. But according to people like Stuttering Craig from Side Scrollers, well, if you think that the hardware is pretty impressive, pretty nice, and you think that the games are fun, well, that makes you a liar and a shill now, apparently. And it's crazy. I really don't take issue with side scrollers. I mean, I gravitate a lot more towards Blabs over Craig because she seems more personable, in my opinion. But Stuttering Craig has a pretty long history being a content creator in the gaming space that is relatively respectable. And honestly, the DSP side scrollers debacle was absolutely priceless. But that doesn't mean I'm suddenly going to exclude you from criticism when I feel personally it is deserved. So let's take it to the subject at hand. So here on Stuttering Craig's Twitter page, he says this is quote unquote excess media and toxic positivity rolled into one 23-second video. And this is a video from longtime YouTuber iJustine. Now, I think it is very fair to criticize access media, access journalism. It's one of the main reasons I became a quote unquote YouTuber. One of the main reasons, like, what, 3, 4 years ago, I started my main channel, Cult Classic Cage, shameless plug right there, and decided to talk about gaming because I felt like there wasn't enough pushback against access journalism and really just access media. Even a lot of these YouTubers that get access, really, it's at a cost, usually to their honesty. Now, do I generally think some of these YouTubers are probably really nice? Do I think some of them have some honesty to them? Oh, yeah, sure, definitely. But I think in the current landscape that is gaming, I think it is genuinely impossible to please the suits and ties while pleasing the gamers. And there is nothing that you can do or say currently in this climate to make me think otherwise. And I think Craig generally feels the same way as me because he puts up a follow up post saying, apparently, this post is making the rounds, and some have asked, what's the problem here? Simple, it's fake. To be clear, I have nothing but respect for iJustine for being in the game and flourishing as long as she has, but I mean, she described the screen as quote unquote fun, laughing emoji. So Craig may be onto something when it comes to this iJustine person. I mean, she is access media, and it's fair to say, hey man, maybe she did in fact do something wrong, and me and Craig generally have a similar idea of how we feel about these access media personalities, right? So you have to wonder, what did iJustine do in these 23 seconds in this video clip to warrant being called essentially a liar, a shill, and whatever have you? Well, let's find out for ourselves, shall we?
Check it out. I just got a chance to play the new Mario Kart World and it was so much fun. But take a closer look at the Nintendo Switch 2 with the display on. Huge screen. So fun, so crisp, so clean. Oh, it's beautiful. I cannot wait for June 5th.
Wait, that's not it, right? There has to be more. I mean, he was saying how it was super fake, and what, who, when, what was so fake about that? Wait, what? I that was it? Yeah, apparently that's all it takes to be fake. Apparently, you have to show up to an event that is extremely exclusive, looking forward to pretty much the biggest thing in gaming being the sequel to the Nintendo Switch handheld console being the Nintendo Switch 2. It's fake as hell because, comparing the Switch 1 to the Switch 2, I mean, hey man, there's no big upgrades. It's not like there's a gigantic 8-inch fucking screen there, brother, that looks vibrant and sexy as hell, as well as the entire system itself looking sexy as hell, and not for nothing, Mario Kart World running looking fire on that bitch. Yeah, there's nothing to be excited about at all, apparently. And could iJustine be theoretically faking it? Of course she could be theoretically faking it. Everyone could be absolutely full of shit with how they feel, right? Don't get me wrong. I'm not here to say that she's being 100% truthful in how she feels, but at the same time, too, this is a fucking nothing burger. This is a joke of a take. This is, quite frankly, fucking cope. Because at the end of the day, iJustine's reaction to the Switch is relatable to the gaming audience. There's nothing you could say to deny that. Yes, the Switch 2 has a lot of issues, but it's not really a hardware as well as games issue. It's more so the business side of things that really does suck. In full disclosure, not for nothing, I'm a lazy fuck, so even if they were to have asked me to come to one of these events, bro, I am not moving my ass anywhere to go see anything, okay? Because I'm naturally just a lazy fucking person. I hate the idea of traveling. It's not my thing. But if I were there, right, I would be excited as shit to see the Nintendo Switch 2 and to be able to fuck around playing Mario Kart. I mean, dude, my Twitter handle's at Mario Kart, So, yeah, another shameless plug, by the way. But yeah, I would be totally excited. And Craig can't sit here as a businessman and say that if he was invited, he wouldn't go. If he says that, he's a lying sack of shit. And I think that's Craig's biggest problem with being on Side Scroller is he is way too business oriented to the point where he really just isn't very relatable. But one thing stands true, since he is super business oriented, he would obviously die for the opportunity that iJustine has with being there, being one of the first people to engage with the Switch 2. And to say otherwise, like I said, he's not being truthful. Which means his general criticism here, from what I'm seeing, boils down to two things. First being jealousy, and the second being fucking cope, bro. But he goes into it more because apparently this got a lot of traction, so he decided to answer for it. Let's see what he and, well, others have to say about the subject matter.
That in 23 seconds perfectly embodies both access media and toxic positivity.
Yep.
Like, look at this screen. It's the best. It's so
also,
good.
She says the new Mario Kart World. There hasn't ever been a Mario Kart World. This is the one and only Mario Kart World. It's not
Right.
like, she said the new Mario Kart game, Mario Kart World.
Right. Like,
Gotcha.
look, everybody at that event right now, and this is like, there's some level of FOMO that some people have online about, like, oh, I wish I could be at this event playing these games. You have to toe the line to go to these events. You have to say the things they want you to say. Otherwise, guess what? You're not invited. You don't have access to these events. And when you see people at these events, that's what they're delivering. They're delivering the company line, the company bullet points. Look at this screen. I can't wait for June 5th. With the implication of, I can't wait and you shouldn't either. It's so exciting to be playing this new thing. Check out this Mario Kart. It's so good. You might as well be paid for this. And for all, I doubt she's paid. I bet this is just an access thing. But I hope that people at this point can see right through this nonsense. Like I said, I'm sure iJustine is a wonderfully nice person, but this is exactly the problem.
My question is, what fucking problem is there? There's nothing that she said that comes off even remotely disingenuous. Yes, she's excited. Yes, she's hyper. Yes, she's in I'm a content creator mode, trying to make this content in order to get the engagement. I mean, anybody would. I would do it. Stuttering Craig would do it. Everyone there would have also done it too. And I don't know if you noticed in the beginning there, but Stuttering Craig accused iJustine of an absolute, basically accusing her of saying that it's the best screen when she didn't even fucking say that. She said that the display is beautiful. And I mean, judging from a video looking at a screen display, yeah, the Switch 2 screen does in fact look quite vibrant and beautiful. I mean, what are we complaining about here? And then Vera Dark just 2 seconds later, after Stuttering Craig accuses iJustine of saying an absolute, basically Vera Dark is like overcorrecting her by saying, oh, she said the new Mario Kart world, not the Mario Kart world, because this is the first Mario Kart world. I mean, what are we doing here, guys? We're grasping at straws, and then we have blabs in the middle. It's like, why the fuck is this even a segment? Why am I even here? This whining and complaining is just one entire fucking nothing burger of a segment. I mean, all I'm seeing here is jealousy and cope primarily from Craig and Vera Dark as well, and that's a shame because I actually like Vera Dark. I mean, I don't really agree with all of her content, but I don't have a problem with her either because she does game. She is a gamer. And then guess what? People go out of their way to tell Craig, yo, bro, this is a really bad take. This is like, really, dog? Are you good, brother? Like, yo, can we relax? Like, this really isn't a big deal because, yeah, it's not really a big deal at all by any means. It doesn't come off as disingenuous or out of pocket or not something an average gamer would have as a reaction to this new piece of hardware. To which Craig responds with this.
And the response to this tweet in particular, it brought out both the Nintendo lovers and the iJustine lovers.
First off, who the fuck in our circle in 2025 knew that iJustine existed, let alone has gotten this far when it comes to content creation all these fucking years later from when she started, bro? So to say that iJustine fans are running to her defense is deranged as shit. It's just cope, bro. And then to say that Nintendo fans are also backing her up because she's supporting the handheld. And it's like, no, the handheld looks decent. Mario Kart World looks decent. She doesn't have an irrational Nintendo fanboy take. What she said is something that the general consensus agrees with on the situation. But it doesn't just end there because he reads the responses to his irrational take and goes on his cope session. Let's listen to that.
Including iJustine. She responded below and fucking awesome. Like I said, cool. She said the game is fun, not the screen, but go off. Well, then say the game is fun. Don't say the screen is fun. And cool, awesome. Player Essence says this makes you look super lame, man. This is beneath you as a freaking creator of Screw Attack. Shake my head. And to be clear, like when you look at the quoted tweets of this.
Oh, she replied to you.
Yeah. She replied down below. Yeah. The game was fun, not the screen, but go off. It's like, well, she said the screen was fun. That's what she said. The screen was fun. But when you look at
screen fun,
that was exactly what I said. You know, I was like, how? I don't understand.
How does Craig go to misrepresent her not once, but twice in a 23-second video clip? 23 seconds. The first thing that iJustine says in that 23-second video is that she just got the opportunity to play Mario Kart World. If you gave your head meat a good couple of slaps, you'd be able to rationally come to the conclusion that she wasn't referring to the screen as fun. She's referring to the fucking game she just played as fun, you dickhead. And guys, make no mistake about it, I forgot this bitch iJustine even existed, and I'm not even trying to be rude, but I think it's fair to say that I think Craig has enough know-with-all, alright, enough sense to be able to properly digest a 23-second video. I think it's also fair to say that Craig here is being ignorant on purpose in order to defend a garbage-ass take that he should just say, hey, yeah, I had a bad take, my bad, bro. Like, that's all he has to say, but he wants to sit here and defend this shit.
And I understand that people, misspeak. I get it, right? But you have as many takes as you want when it comes to this, right? So Player Essence says, bro, this beneath you, man. You're the creator of freaking Screw Attack. You used to inspire thousands of content, thousands to create content. Can you not see how much of a lame this makes you look like? Legit, this is corny. How can you have fallen this far? Used to watch Craig's stuff back in the day, but this guy is such a genuine loser. Why are you wasting your breath on this nonsense? Justine didn't even do anything.
Sip.
Why do we have to tear down others online? They are talking about toxic positivity while being toxic. Sorry, people like things you don't like. Well, wow, that's amazing how this worked out. And once again, I'm not even saying that I didn't like the screen, right? But you can see kind of how this goes.
And look, I think that Craig is assuming that a lot of these people are his detractors. And to be fair, I'm sure some of them are. But there's definitely a lot of people I've seen in the comments from my own community saying, like, are you good, bro? Can you relax? Like, people that are relatively middle ground. I think Craig was just a little jelly that someone who had peaked probably over a decade ago, iJustine, gets these opportunities that he, being a part of the anti-woke community, never will. And I think a lot of anti-woke content creators definitely hate that shit. Like, they hate being the outsider. They want all these opportunities that they'll never get. Essentially, it's like the wokies, the leftists, or like the industry people, the industry dick riders, all those people. Essentially, they be hating on like the anti-woke community for getting the money, whereas the anti-woke community hates that all of the other side gets the access. And not all of the anti-woke community, honestly. Like, I guess I'm technically part of the anti-woke community. I see myself as not necessarily anti-woke, but more along the lines of like anti-establishment, since I am libertarian minded in nature. My thing is, if you're quote unquote anti-woke or anti-establishment, or not a part of access journalism, or you oppose access journalism, access media, then you should take pride in not being a part of this kind of stuff. You should take pride in just being yourself and just being on the outside anyway, on the outskirts. Whereas, Craig here, he's just hating. You're just hating just to hate, bro. Like, iJustine, she has the access. You should take pride in not having access instead of just bitching and whining in ways and sentiments that don't even mean anything. That this was a big nothing burger, bro. If Craig had the opportunity from a business perspective, he 100% would indulge in the access journalism that has been offered here to iJustine.
But that's been like the most interesting thing, is how people have made assumptions, how they, after they have they make assumptions about the 3-minute clip, and they make assumptions about me. And I saw some people responding to this as like some sort of like, who is this guy? Where was this guy? Yeah, Beat 'em up Woods. I follow this guy on X. He says it's obvious he's not a Nintendo fan, and he doesn't have nostalgia for the consoles. It's like, bitch, do you know who I am? Like, I've been talking about Nintendo games for 20 fucking years online. Nintendo consoles are the epitome of the word fun. I agree with everything that you're saying. It's amazing. So to see kind of the response from some of these folks, and once again, what's the common thing here? They're all like,
they're all Nintendo ambassador.
They're all Nintendo people, like, and that's fine. You can have your fandom. That's great.
Doug Bowser put the phone call in. We need you to work hard.
That's right. So anyways, it was interesting to kind of see the response to that.
Wow, Craig reads like maybe half of the time, if we're lucky. He went on to Beat 'em Up's, Twitter page and read his bio, and he read Nintendo Ambassador. If you actually go to his bio and read it, it says non-Tendo Ambassador, because Beat 'em Ups has been anti-Nintendo for years now. He defected as a Nintendo ambassador because Nintendo are fucked up to you if you're a content creator. So he defected from that, and he's been kind of a Nintendo hater for a little while now, in terms of like just being a content creator under them. You fucking clown. But yeah, guys, the more I looked into this, the more just annoyed I got by Craig and how he's chosen to conduct himself in this situation. Craig literally makes assumptions on a less than 30-second clip from iJustine, and then he bitches and whines about people making assumptions about him in a 3-minute clip. This is hypocrisy at its finest, bro. Just take the L, man. It really doesn't hurt you to do so. You made an assumption and you came off very unrelatable because you just come off very miserable. Whereas iJustine, whether she was being dishonest or truthful in how she felt, you can't sit here and say. You can't do it. The thing is, her take, whether you want to admit to it or not, was the relatable take from the gaming community, because nobody has a problem with the hardware, nobody has a problem with Mario Kart World. None of that is the problem. It's the other stuff that's the problem with Nintendo right now. And what you said just didn't add anything to the conversation at all. You just sound bitter and hateful as fuck, and that's really not how you want to come off. You thought that this would be an easy way to basically tell your audience what they wanted to hear, and it backfired. It is what it is, bro. Just take the L. But yeah, guys, that's all I got for you today. If you can like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 500 subs, so any assistance in that is very much greatly appreciated. Go follow me on Twitter at Mario Kart if you'd like to continue the conversation. I guess that makes me a shill now, but also go follow my OG channel at Cult Classic Cage for really awesome live streams and extra videos too. And yeah, guys, and I'm Goonerfist with God Gooting Speed.